Hi again, this is JohnCameron with my COSC560 final project demonstration. Since my progress video was incredibly long and quite thorough, I'll try to keep this one as brief and on point as possible. My app was fairly far along in the progress video. The main things I've implemented since then are a verse computer AI, a dashboard using D3. There's also a few minor fixes with routing and the chat window, and I've also added a couple of chat commands. On the screen at the moment is just a simple diagram of the major components of my application, and I've attached this diagram in the application root directory. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to have a look at then is the computer AI in action. Now this AI can be played either if you're already signed in, but you don't have to sign in, you can just come along and play. So we click on verse computer. We can see the rules come up. I'll talk about that more in a moment, but also player one versus computer. Player one goes first in this case, red always goes first, and the computer makes its own move. I move again, computer takes my piece, and when there's a jump available, you have to jump. I'll jump here. Computer moves, I'll need to take that again. It's fairly simple, as the computer is simply taking a random valid move. So there's a group of valid moves, the computer is just choosing one randomly. So it's not particularly intelligent and fairly easy to beat. Okay, next up, I'll have a look at the main feature, which is the app in action for an online game. So what I'll do is I will sign in for both of the screens here. I'll sign in as Brett over here on the left, and I'll just click and keep that open. We can see at the moment, sorry, no other players are currently online. Over here I will log in as Selena. There we go, and on the left we can see excuse me, that Selena is now visible on Brett's screen and Brett is visible on Selena's screen. Okay, so Selena can come along and challenge Brett. Brett gets a challenge message. He can accept or decline. He's going to accept. So one of the things that I've put in since the last video, mostly because I was surprised at how few people actually knew how to play checkers. I chose checkers because I thought it's something everyone knew how to play, but they didn't. So there's a modal that pops up when the game starts for the rules of checkers. The other thing that I've added is a few chat commands, and I've just mentioned them here on the chat screen. Type /rules to see the game rules, /moves to see the moves that have already been made, and toggle tiles will display or hide tile numbers, and I'll explain why that's necessary in a moment. So first of all, let's say we want to have a look at the rules. The rules will pop up. Now, I haven't fixed this up yet. It does pop up for both users in the same chat room. So I'll just do that over here as well. Okay. So we've got Selena. Selena is red. Well, first of all, if I type in moves, nothing comes up. It's blank. Now Selena can make a move. I'll type in moves again. This time it says red 10 to 15. Brett can move as well over here on the left. I'll type in moves on his. We can see red 10 to 15, blue 24 to 19. Now that's a little bit difficult to understand, but if we put in toggle tiles as a chat command, this will show us the tile numbers. So these moves are actually in the form of formal checkers moves. So this is how moves are recorded. 10 to 15, 24 to 19, and there's a dash if no capture has occurred. But now it is red's turn again. Red can capture this blue piece on position 19. If we type in moves again, we see red 10-15, blue 24-19, and then 15x24 captured blue. So moves is just recording all of the moves and captures we've had along the way. I'll just do toggle tiles again to turn off the tile numbers. Excellent. Okay, so the game is playing pretty well. There's a few minor little annoying bugs, but mostly it will work in most circumstances with multiple jumps, with crowning, etc. And I've demoed a lot of that in the progress video. Okay, so what I'd like to look at now is the dashboard screen. So let me just log this one out. Now to get to the dashboard, and I'll put these in the README file as well. It's admin@email.com and the password is 1234, signing in with those details. That routes us directly to the dashboard route. And there we can see user signups this week, games played this week, users signed in, and total games played. Okay, now I'll just open up with another window here. Now I'll sign that one out there. Okay, so let me just sign in over here. We should see a few things change. I might sign in this time as, let's say, Billy. As I sign in there, the users signed in has now gone up to 3. Total games played is still at 88. If I just start a new game and refresh over here, total games played is now 89. Okay, now I'm recording this on a Friday. This number is increasing here as well. So the dashboard works fairly well. It is very simple. It's just a few things that we're collecting. The information is collected from the database, and that's through just a couple of GET requests. I'll refresh here. The GET requests are game stats and user stats. Both of these return an array of timestamps. The timestamps, so this is in my dashboard view file. In GET game data, we're getting the game stats. In GET user data, we're getting the user stats. Now I'm able to return the timestamps because I added to my user model and game models, Mongoose models that is, timestamps for created at and updated at. So the new game model has a timestamp, and the user model also has a timestamp. So what that means is if I open up my Mongo database, this is a live version of my database, every game and every user has these two fields added, updated at and created at. So all I'm doing for the dashboard is returning through the GET requests the created at array of all of the games and users created. And obviously there's a lot more I can do with that, but I just wanted to show the dashboard in action. Okay, so look, that's pretty much everything that I think I need to go through. I do have a running demo of this app on AWS. There's a link available in the README file, but also I'll post that on Accessory as well. Thank you very much for your time.